good.
All right, Cole, that wasn't an easy fight for you, especially that third round, but how'd you feel about your performance? Came out with the win.
I felt good. Of course I have a lot to work on. I don't really remember the third round. I think apparently I was in some sort of submissions or some shit, but just another day, man. Everyone here is tough. I felt like there's not much pressure on me anymore. There was pressure before to perform, just to get here. You gotta look good when you're fighting all the locals. You can't even lose a round. If you lose a round, your stock goes down. Now I'm here, I'm fighting the guys who are the best in the world, so, pressure's kind of off, If you win, you win. If you lose, you lost to one of the guys who's the best in the world, so, it's just another day out here.
You got out of some trouble though. It looked like you hit a flurry of punches and then had you in a couple of different submission things and you worked your way out of it. I mean, is that speak to the determination and grit you got?
Well, yeah, of course. I'm young and hungry. That's why I'm here. He's been here before. He knows where he's at in the sport. You know what I mean? He's had a couple ups and downs, but for me, I'm hungry. That's why I got out of those submissions. You know what I mean? I'm hungry for the wins. I want to be here. I want to stand my spot here. So.
Is it good that you face a little bit of adversity? Some fighters come in and they get overconfident because it's a bit of an easy ride for a while. Is it nice to sort of get that out of the way? You had a tough fight and you know what to expect.
Yeah, of course. It's nice to kind of to show everybody that I'm here, man. I'm game. I've had 3 older brothers. They've beaten me down my whole life. I'm used to having to fight out of tough spots. So. Again, I don't really feel like any of the submissions were even close. I mean, it kind of looks like that on the outside, but I don't feel nothing. I'm not banged up. Apparently, he hit me with a good shot, but again, it's nothing, man. It's nothing. I take him bigger shots all the time. So.
Cole, how close were you to getting some finishes though? You were working at Kimura round 1, a choke in round 2, a choke in round 3. Yeah. Did you feel at any point like I got him?
Kimura wasn't really close. It was just more for defending, but. Man, that choke was close, man. I had him in that rear naked choke. He was gargling. That was by far the closest submission of the night. I was a lot closer to finishing him than he was finishing me.
You said afterwards, I'm not 7-0, I'm 1-0. Is that the kind of mentality you came into this with? Like, this is the start of everything?
Yeah, who gives a shit about 6 wins before? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. It's all about what you do in this octagon. Nobody gives a shit. You could be 13, 14, you could be 100-0. When you get to the UFC, you lose your first fight. Nobody cares if you were 100-0. You lost in the UFC, you're 0-1. So I'm 1-0 right now.
It seemed like early on Mitch was trying to put on a lot of pressure and defending that with a lot of leg kicks. Was that the game plan going in?
I should have been a little bit better with my range. I usually am a lot better with my range, but he was just kind of pressing forward the whole time, and I knew he was going to come out hot in the beginning and he was going to start fading. I could hear him breathing more and more as the rounds went on. I know he was kind of starting to fade. That was part of the game plan. We knew he was going to come out hard, and that I would just kind of have to weather the storm and start picking it up in the second and the third.
When did you find out you were going to be on the card, and what's this opportunity mean for you?
It means a lot of money. You know what I mean? That's all it means. I'm getting older. This sport sucks, man. Cutting weight, doing a bunch of shit you don't want to do. So I want to get paid accordingly. You know what I mean? It's one thing, you're fighting for peanuts your whole life. I mooch rides, I mooch food, my brothers have to give me clothes. You know what I mean? It's about time I want to be paid. You know what I mean? It's bullshit that someone in the NBA who doesn't even touch the court is getting 600 grand while I'm out here fighting my ass off and I'm getting 10.
How would you describe your first fight week, the whole experience, fighting in the octagon for the first time? We spoke a few days ago. You seemed very relaxed. How were the last couple days?
Quickly, just let me rephrase that. I am super happy to be here, 100%. I am happy with getting paid now. I just mean, it's a really, really tough sport. That's all I'm saying. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm very, very happy with the UFC. My first experiences here has been absolutely amazing. They've treated me great. Just want to throw that out there. I love the UFC and I'm very proud to be here. So, sorry.
I was just asking, the last couple days, you seemed really relaxed on Wednesday when we talked. How were the last couple days? Did it, go as planned?
Like I said before, man, I mean, it all depends on how you handle it. A fight is a fight, if you can kind of just embrace that it's going to be tough, and you only live once, man, you know what I mean? The world's going to keep turning no matter what happens, if I win, if I lose. I'm just happy to be here, I'm proud to be here. So you just got to take it with stride, so.
Do you expect to fight at 35 your entire career? You're super big for the weight class, super tall, or do you see a future at 45?
I'm 30 years old, you know what I mean? So I think I'm at where I'm at. I don't think I'm going to grow anymore, you know. So I've always cut to 35. Of course, it's always been a little bit tough, but yeah, I think I'm going to stay here and I'm going to stay at 35.
Now, Jar, in the big show, you've got the win. You talked about, obviously there is financial motivation. How soon do you want to get back?
Well, you know, I'm gonna just take kind of a minute here and kind of take a breather, and we'll see. I'll talk to my brother, I'll talk to my managers, and we'll see where I'm at. So, yeah, I just one more time, I gotta thank the UFC. I can't appreciate it enough. I'm very proud to be here, and I just want to keep performing. I want to, you know, keep kicking ass, and hopefully get some win bonuses sometimes, and see how it goes, man. So thank you guys all. I really do appreciate it.
Cole, you had a lot of success fighting out west. Do you feel like you and other fighters in that region are a little bit overlooked?
I do. You know, there are very, very good fighters in British Columbia, and they're coming up right now. You know what I mean? There's a lot of big names who are going to start proving that they should be here, and I'm not going to be surprised to see a couple of my teammates and a couple of the other guys that I know very well in the division. Tristan Connolly, this guy right here, I feel like he's going to deserve a shot pretty soon, man. The guy's a workhorse. I've never seen anybody work so hard, so I won't be surprised if he signs next.
How involved is your brother in your career?
100%, man. If it wasn't for my brother, I wouldn't be here. 100%, I would not be here. We just kind of started off together. He didn't even know what he was doing, but I trusted everything he said. And I don't know why, but he sees things in the future, you know.
His role.
He's my manager, he's my brother, he's my coach, he's my mentor, he's my umbrella, you know. He kind of guides everything. When I was first starting off in the sport, you know, like I said, I was more experienced than he was at the time, but I would listen to him no matter what he said. I would do it. He would phone each gym in the city, hey, get ready, my brother's coming down, get your best guys, get them together, he's going to come and train with you guys. I'm from a little crappy town. I only had so many people I could train with, so he really took charge in gathering all the troops for me to train with, and I really can't thank my brother enough, man. I would not be here if it wasn't for him.
You talked about all your brothers toughening you up when you were younger. What were your brothers' names, and what was your childhood like?
I had a great childhood, man, to be honest. I had a fantastic childhood. My parents were great to me. I have one brother, Brady Smith, he's 2 years older than me. I have another brother, Cody, he's 10 years older than me. He kind of led the way with the sport. He started training first, and he kind of got everybody else interested. And then my boss, my captain, my oldest brother, Casey Smith, he's the leader of the group. So.
Thanks, Cole.
Thanks.